How to grow potato and Ghanaian collard greens in a container or a pot. Welcome to the masterclass to Gardeningvava. My name is Florence Straka. In this masterclass, I'm going to show you how to grow potato, store-bought potato or potato seed and collard green seed in a container, step by step, from the beginning to the end, where you start planting to when you harvest. So that is what this masterclass is all about, showing you how you can do that in a container as a beginner or as a seasoned gardener. And let's dive right in. How to plant potato in a pot. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to plant or how to grow potato in a pot and in a very simple way. And let's start. Alright, so this is a store-bought potatoes. This is what it looks like, and then all of a sudden, by the time I realized this has really grown, starting to see all the eyes, so many eyes here that it has grown to, and I'm deciding, do I want to really plant this? And so really I just don't want to throw it away. It just looks so lovely, and I said, well, I can plant this, so that's what I'm going to plant. Just this one, I'm not going to cut it, I'm just going to plant it like this because so many eyes of this, and it's going to grow pretty well. I haven't started growing this early. This is in June, almost the end of June, so I don't know whether this is going to grow well or not, but we're gonna give it a try and see. It looks lovely. I like it looks amazing, but let's see how this is gonna grow. So let me show you how you can grow this at your backyard, on your porch. And then normally the potting soil I use to grow anything in a pot is Miracle Grow potting mix. This really works great. It really works so amazingly, so I try to use this. So this is what we are going to use. Also, I use organic Gardentone to mix in the potting soil before I plant anything, and so we are going to mix this in the potting mix soil. Also, I'm going to use a medium-sized plastic container, and this is normally what I use for all my planting. Anything I'm planting in a pot on my porch, I use plastic container. It holds water for the plant. It doesn't dry out so quickly, and so I love to use the plastic container instead of the actual ceramic pot. So I'm gonna open the bag of the soil. So I have old soil, potting soil, Miracle Grow. I'm gonna put that in first. So I have some old ones. And then I'm going to be mixing a little bit of this in here. They have a direction here how to use it. So for a new plant or in a container, for a potted plant, it says you should put in at least 2 cups of Gardentone per cubic foot of soil. That is 1.5 tablespoons. And since I'm not doing that big, just a little pot, I'm just gonna eyeball this and add a little bit mixed with the soil. So I'm going to use a teaspoon. Just take a little, and I'm just gonna mix this in the soil. Then just mix like this. Now I add more oil. I'm going to add a little bit more. And just mix this together. We add more salt. the last one, and that should be enough. Then we just mix this together. At least you should fill your container up to 4 inches, and this should be enough. Alright, and then once I have all these done, what I do is I do a little hole in the middle of the pot, like 1.5 inch. You use your thumb size, and then you see how deep it goes in a little. You can give it a little dip, just like that. And then with my potato, you see all these eyes, you have to let this stand in. If I have cut this in half, then that's how the bottom have to go in. The eyes have to be up so they can grow. Alright, so the eyes have to be on the top. So once you make your hole, make a little bit more, and then we are going to dip this in, and then we are going to fill it with the soil to cover it. And all you do is just hold the sides and then press it down a little bit, just like that, because this soil is gonna sink down a little, and then you can just fill it a little bit more. But for now, push that down, the eyes are up, and make sure you have the soil all around it. And I'm going to add just a little bit more soil, because this is going to sink once you give water to it. And then you can see right here, the ice is all out. And be careful so you don't plug the eyes out. Alright. And that's it. All we have to do, we just have to give it some water, and then let nature take its course, and we'll see in 3 days to see how this is coming out. And now we're just gonna give water to this. Just give it quite enough water, because we need water to go all the way under and let it soak in. Now we can see that we have enough water, because there is water coming on the side of the pot. You can see a little bit here, there's water coming out, so that means we have enough water for it. So this, you're not going to give it water until you see that the top is a little bit dried out. Alright, so now we know we have enough water for these. Just going to make this a little bit prettier. Alright, so now we can see, we're just gonna let this nature take its course, and we'll take a look at this in 3 days to see how it's doing. The next thing that I'm going to plant in a pot is collard green seed. If you haven't seen it before, this is what collard green seed looks like. This is something I brought with me from Ghana. This is Ghanaian collard greens, and this is the seed. If you shake this, you can hear a rattle. I grew this here in the States, and it has did well, and that is the seed that came out of it. So I'm going to try this again. I had it for 3 years continuously. It grew, it comes back. During the winter, I just take the pot inside. It's warmer, so even though it's about to dry out, the next summer it comes out. And I had it for 3 years. So this is the seed that I grew from it. I'm going to try and see if I can make this grow the seed here, that it will work. How to grow collard greens in a pot. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to grow collard green in a pot. Seed. This is a collard green that I brought with me from Ghana, and this is going to be a Ghanaian collard green. I had it for more than 3 years that it grows every summer. During the winter, I just keep it under, take it inside, the pot inside, and it dries out a little, but then by the time summer comes, it grew up again. So I had it 3 years until I recently, you can see the pot right over there. Those are the collard green pots that I had over there. So I want to grow the seed because I grew the seed here and then it did well. So we are going to grow it and see how it will work this year. I'm a little bit late growing it this year, but let's see. It's in June. It's not too late, so we'll see how it comes out. It just wouldn't make seed quickly because it takes time to make seed and it needs a lot of sun for it to grow well. So let's see how we can grow this. And this is the collard green seed. There was 2 bulbs like this, and I took it out, and this is what the seed looked like. If you shake this, you hear a rattle. So if the seed are in there, and this is what it looks like. It's dried out. So this can make a lot of collard greens. So we are not going to grow all of these, just a little seed to see how it works, because this is a lot here. I'm not making too many pots, just one. So just a little bit, handful like that, to see how it grows out. There you see it, collard green seed. If you haven't seen it before, this is what it looks like. And let's start growing this quickly. And this is how it looks like. This is the old seed that I grew. I just left it outside and it dries out. So this is what it looks like. It actually makes an actual grew really well. It has roots and all that, and then the leaves comes out. So that's what it looks like. This is the old one that I grew before. I always use a Miracle Grow potting mix because it really grows plants really well, especially in a pot. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to add this to the pot. Also, I like to use organic Gardentone to mix with my soil before I plant anything in there, because it helps with the growth of the plant. So we are just going to mix some in here. I just eyeball. It has a direction on the package for you to follow. And then I just mix this in the soil. To add a little bit more soil. Then we just add a little bit more of the Gardentone. And now I'm just gonna mix these. Alright, so this soil is going to, when we add water, is going to sink in. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. And then in future, if you need to add more, you can. Then just mix all of that in. Alright. So now that the soil is ready, what I'm going to do is, since this is a seed, so now that the soil is ready, I'm going to scoop just a little bit on top because when I sprinkle the seed on top, I want to be able to just sprinkle a little bit of the soil on it, so when we add the water, we'll still have the seed in there. So just a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is, now that this soil is ready, I'm going to sprinkle my collard green seed in here. And as you see, we are just going to take a little bit, maybe a teaspoon, something like this, just something like this, a little bit. We are not going to use all the seed because this really can grow big. So we are just going to use that and then sprinkle. Because we don't know which seed is going to grow, which is going to germinate. So like that. And we can add a little bit more if we want, because this can really grow a lot. Alright, so with that, and the next thing I'm going to do is just sprinkle the other soil on top of here, and to cover it just lightly. And you don't want it to make it too heavy on top, just lightly, so they can grow quickly out. Alright, so now that this is done, all we have to do is just add water to it, and then just let nature take its course to see how this is going to grow nicely for us. So we're just going to start giving it water. Now I think we have enough water, so we are just going to, you can see the water is coming from the side of the pot, so that means that's enough water for it. And we are just going to leave this now for nature to take its course. We'll see in a week how this is coming, how our collard green is coming out. Hello friends, so we just finished planting our Ghanaian collard green seed, and we're going to give it a week to see how the growing process stage by stage to where it is ready for us to harvest. I planted this a little bit late, so I don't know how well it's going to do, but we are going to see, and we'll be bringing you little gardening. And thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to take a look at our store-bought planted potato that we planted a week ago, and also our Ghanaian collard greens seed that we planted. We want to see how it's doing. Are they growing? Are they doing anything? Let's all see how both of these plants are doing, and let's dive right in. So friends, you are looking at both planted containers of store-bought potato and also Ghanaian collard greens. This was planted a week ago, so I wanted to see how it would do. So you can see this is the potato. It's coming really nice. You can see all the leaves are really green, and you can see the rest here. It has 2 eyes, so these are all the eyes, and then this is another side of the eye, and then this is really coming out really good, and I like the way it's already doing. I only watered them once because it's been sunny, but then we have 2 days of rain, so during the 1 week of planting I only watered them once because we have a natural rainfall, so that is really making it look good. Now when we take a look at our collard greens, this is a seed that I just put in here and then add a little soil on it, just water them, so you can see that it's now coming out really good. So we are going to see in 2 weeks how much they will grow, both of this. So this is really nice. I thought I was a little bit late planting them because we are in July and I only planted them a week ago, so but we will see. I just want to experiment with this to see how it goes. It's easy to plant anything in a container, a plastic container, and as long as you know what you are doing, it's easy. I used to plant in the ground, but then since I moved to the US, I do a lot of gardening in a container because it's much easier for me to maintain it. And so this year I decided not to plant anything. But then when I saw this little potato growing, I just bought it, and then all of a sudden I see that it was growing with eyes. I said, oh well, I don't want to throw it away, so I said I'm going to plant it, and I didn't even plan ahead, so it was late, but I just don't want to throw it away. So I'm experimenting with this potato, that to see how it's going to do, if it's going to do well, since it's late in June when I planted them, late June 29. So it's almost late, but it's coming along neatly. So this video is just to show you how progressive the plant is growing, if it's going to do well or not. I was worried about the collard greens, but it started coming out, so we will see in 2 weeks. I'm going to make another video to see where they are in 2 weeks. So I hope this video shares some light on container planting, because you can plant anything in container as long as you take a good care of it. So I hope this video helps you, and I will see you in 2 weeks to update you on my little experiment potato and also my Ghanaian collard greens. Hello friends, so that was just week 1 update of our potato and also our Ghanaian collard greens. I'm going to update you in 2 weeks to see how far they have grown, if it's doing well, if both of the plants are doing well or not. I hope this video share a little bit light on container planting or backyard planting or deck planting. I mean, you can plant anything in a container as long as you know what kind of soil to use, how to maintain them, how to keep them growing. And so I will let you know what I did with them, if I added anything, because when you are watering your plant, you're supposed to give them food for the plant to grow. When you watch the first video, you will see what I mix in the soil before actually planting the potato and then the collard greens, so they can grow well. As they grow, you are watering them also. You need to be giving them plant food that will help the plant grow very well. I hope this video helps you. I'll see you in 2 weeks for a new update on the plant. If you want to know what I mix into my soil before planting the potato and also the collard greens, you can watch that video. You will see how everything is mixed. It was just a very simple thing to mix in with your soil before planting. So I hope that video helps you as well. I will see you on the next update. Take care. Bye. Hello friends, welcome. In today's video I am going to show you week 2 of planting our potato and our collard greens. I'm going to show you what I put in the water to make them bear bigger fruits and also make the leaves greener, and show you 1 or 2 tips. So let's dive right in. Hello friends, so you can see how lovely our store-bought potato that we planted is looking. The leaves look so greenish, very green, and then it looks so healthy. Look at this, very, very healthy, and it's growing so fast. It's been 2 weeks. And if you want to know what I put in my potting soil before planting the potato, you can watch that video next. And you can see this is lovely. I didn't know it was going to do well, but it's coming along nicely. So I'm going to show you what I put in my water to water them. It has rained here last night, but it wasn't a heavy rain, so it needs water. You can see that it's a little dried. The soil is a little dry, so we are going to give it some water, but you can see how lovely this looks. So this is the potatoes, and then now you can see This is our collard greens that we planted. Though I put in a little bit more seeds because I don't know it's going to come out. So you see how they are coming out good, and we are just going to leave it like this until all of them is coming. I think there is few more that is still coming. I think you can see that there is a little seed still coming from here, and then I think probably there will be more coming out, but so far it's coming out good. It's all growing. It's been 2 weeks for these two, so we'll see how far they've grown, but they are all healthy and looks good. So now I'm just going to show you what I put it in the water before I water them. So these can grow, bear a good fruit, and also stay healthy. Do you know you can use Epsom salt to your water before you water your plant to make them grow bigger and make them look fresh and healthy? Well, this is something that I use for my plants, and not many people knows about it, but I'm going to share this with you. There are so many Epsom salts in the market that you can find, but this particular one, like this one says Epsom salt magnesium sulfate, it says multi-purpose. When you read the packaging, you will see that it says soaking and for minor aches, for minor sprains and bruises, also for saline laxative, for relief. When you come to the third one here, you see where it says plant food for bigger, more vigorous plants. So this is not only for your feet or for sprains. This can also be used for your plant, and it doesn't matter what plants you have. It can be your potting plants, your food plants, your flowers, your gardening plants, your container plants. You can use this Epsom salt. This is what I've been using for all my plants every year, and they do well. You know, you'll find a different Epsom salt in the market. I will really look for this one that will say plant food as well on it, so then you know you are using the right one. I guess you can use any Epsom salt, but I try to look for this exact Epsom salt to use because it does say on it. I didn't find it on this one. That's why I think you don't have to use, just because it has a lot of chemicals, a lot of scent to it. This is just raw. There is no scent to this at all. So what you do is you add 1 tablespoon to every 1 gallon of water. So this is 1 tablespoon, and since I have 2 of the pots, I'm going to give them 1.5 gallon of water. So I am going to do 2.5, so I can split it in between the 2 plants. All right, and then these buckets that I'm using have a measurement in here, which I can see exactly where I'm supposed to put this. So I'm using 2.5 gallons of water. So this is 2 gallons here, and then this is going to be 2.5 gallons. So it makes my measurement very easy and simple, and I love to use these buckets because it's just amazing. You can measure. This is a 3-gallon bucket, so it's just so nice. And then I'm just going to add the water. So I said I'm going to give the plants 1.5 gallons of water each. So that is going to be 3 tablespoons of this. I already did 2.5, so I'm just going to add half more, and that should be enough for the half. And then we are going to make 3 gallons of water. So instead of 2.5, we have to do 3 gallons of water. So both of the plants will have 1.5 gallons of water. So let's add more water. All right. So now we have 3 gallons of water. It's always best to put in the Epsom salt first before you add the water, so that will just dissolve everything. So now you don't have to stir anything because this has already been dissolved. Now we are just going to water the plants. Going to get this to get the water, and then I'm just going to start watering them from the base. If you have a bigger thing to use, it's good. I don't have a bigger drainer, So I'm going to use this little one to water them. And we are going to start with this. Be gentle with this one because the seedling is still coming out. Alright, I think this is enough water. We didn't get to give it the 1.5 gallon, at least 1 gallon and a quarter. So this should be enough water. Yeah, that is enough. And I'm going to add a little bit more to this one. Alright, and I think this is enough as well. So between these two plants, I still have 1 gallon of water left. So it was 2 gallons. This had like a gallon. You just eyeball how much water you can give. So you make it enough and you can give as much water you want. So between these two plants, we only gave 2 gallons. So this had more than that one. So this is a little bit less than 1 gallon of water. And this is almost like 2 gallons of water. So you can just eyeball it yourself. And one thing I also like to do to my plant, because this is going to grow bigger and I don't want it to be falling off, so I'm going to use a cage, galvanized tomato cage. I'm going to use that to make sure that it's not everywhere, so to put them all together. So if it's windy and all that, the plants will stay together. It will not be everywhere. So I'm going to put this. I used the end. You can see I've used this before. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in between these 3 legs. So I'll put this here. It's best to do it early when the plant is not all that too grown or too tall. Then it's hard to put it in. So the 3 legs, I'm just going to make sure that I put them in there. And they will go all the way underneath the soil. And you can see there, all the way at the bottom of the container, so it's solid. See, and then now all I have to do is I just guide them and put them in between, and then as they grow, if they fall out, I'll just come out and then make sure that they are all in here. So now it's okay. I think in a week's time it's going to grow more, and then they will all be in place all together, so they will all stay together and not be everywhere. So that's one thing I do to my potted plant or my container plant. I always use a tomato cage to make sure to put them all, organize them all so they are not everywhere. And I'm not going to put any cage around this yet until it's all grown to some stage before I can do that to this. We are just going to leave the collard greens for now. Hello friends, so I just show you 2 weeks of planting our potatoes and collard greens, and I also show you what I put in the water to water my plants to make them grow bigger fruit and also keep them fresh and looking healthy. If you haven't tried Epsom salt before, give it a try and see how it makes a difference in your plant. I've been using this all the time, and you can use this for any plants, your potting plants. It doesn't have to be only food plants. Any plants at all, you can use this for them in your gardens. And I hope this tip helped you. Also, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below, and watch the next video on what I put in my soil to make the plants grow, to make them grow the way you saw them, greener and looking fresh. I will see you on next week's video, how far our plants have come. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel so we can bring you more videos like this one. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye. Hello friends, welcome. In today's video, we are going to take a look at week 3 of planting potato and Ghanaian collard greens in a pot. We are going to see how both of these plants are doing, what do they need, and also we're going to give them some water, see how they are doing and see how everything is with them. So, and let's dive in. This video is week 3 update of our potato and also our Ghanaian collard greens, and you can see how greenish this has grown. It has grown taller and taller every week, and I put it in a cage just to make sure that the branch is not everywhere, so they can all stay together. And so I just put this in the cage when they branch out, and that makes them stay together, so it holds them and they don't branch anywhere else. And now you can see our collard greens, and this is growing really good, greenish. The colors, both colors are all really good. And this is too many here because I didn't know it was going to come out good, so I put a lot of seed in here to see if it's going to grow. So now it has grown really well, and I'm going to take some off here and put it in a different pot so they can get a space to breathe and then make a good big leaves. So that is the week 3 of our plant. It's lovely. I love it because it's growing so good. So the greenish, you can see how everything looks good here. We're gonna give it water because it's dry now. So the heat is it's been very shining and hot, humid. So we are gonna give it both of this water. This doesn't look that much, it's still wet, but just a little water for this and then a little bit more for this one as well. Alright, so before we give water to my 2 plants, I'm going to transfer some of these into these 3 pots to make more space for these so they can all grow well. I've already mixed my soil, my potting soil. If you want to know what I put in my soil to mix them before I plant anything, watch the beginning of the video when I started planting, and you mix in my soil, my potting soil, before I plant, and you can see the difference that it's making in my plant as well. Alright, so these are already mixed, put it in a pot, and I'm just going to bring this here, and just be careful because some of these are still growing. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a piece of these. Maybe I'll start from the edge here because I don't want to spoil them, and then I'm just using this little picker here, and then as you can see, you just grab a little here, and this is good. And then I'm just going to put this and make a little hole here, and then drop this in. I'm gonna add the soil to this, and then just push down on it a little bit so it's there, and then we just put this around it. So this should be enough. And I'm just going to take another one from here, place a little bit, use this picker, and then just go the side. You want to take all the soil with it, go to the bottom a little. Or you can use the little shovel as well, and that will help you too. Just grab this section, and then I'm just going to grab all of this like that. The whole thing, see how that comes out. And then I'm gonna make a little hole in this one, make a little hole here, and then we are just going to put this right in, and then push it in a little, and then use the soil to hold it down like that. Push it down on it so it holds it. Now that is that one. So now I'm going to take another one from here. I'm going to use the picker because that helps much better. Okay, so after grabbing this, you can see that whole thing. Then we are going to make a hole in this one, and then we just drop this in, and then bring the soil and push it down. Okay, and that's done one. Those two are done. And what I'm going to do is, I've already mixed another soil. I have another soil mix here, which is this one mix. So what I'm going to do is, since I don't want all these to be together like that, so I am going to take a section of this, just a little section of this here, and add this to this as well. And I'm going to add soil, more soil to this side. Just just like that. And I'm going to bring to this section, and I'm going to bring this back and push down there and just add a little bit more soil. Alright, so we can hold all this together. So at least we have a little space in between them. Now that I know this has grown, I mean, it really works. The seed, in future, I will just do 1 or 2, so it's not this many. So now these are all going to do well. So now we push this down as well. Okay. So that is our collard greens. Now they will have a space to breathe. I can actually make another section from here, take another section because it's just too many, and then branch it out a little from that section. See this one, and then take this one out as well, and then bring it on this side. Just add a little soil. Alright, and then we just push down. Okay, so now we have 3 sections here. So this is good because I just don't want to make too many pots. I could have another 2 or 3 more pots and take these sections and put it in, but I don't want to make too many pots, so I'm just going to deal with it this way and see how it works. And it's going to do well. It's just going to grow too big for this. This will be okay. As they grow, they're going to branch out. So now we're just going to give water, and then we can add more soil to these, because as we add water, the soil is going to sink down. So adding more soil, all this is going to come out. It's going to help a lot. I'm going to add a few more soil to these as well. Water. Alright, I'm gonna add more soil to these also on the sides, and then these as well. Okay, and now we're just gonna give them water and then see them grow. So I'm going to mix 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt in the water. If you want to know how to make your plants big as you grow them, watch week 1 video that will walk you through how to mix this Epsom salt in the water to make your plant grow bigger. And so I am going to add 2 tablespoons in here because I'm going to share between these 2, the old plants. The new ones are just going to be a regular water until week 4 before I will give them a food plant into the water. Alright, so this is 2 gallons of water. I have this bucket that has a measurement on here, so it always gives me the measurement. It makes it easy for me to measure how much water I'm giving to the plant. So I'm going to start with this one. Alright. That is enough. Now we are going to give it to this one. So now we have enough water for both of the 2 parts. Now we are going to give water to the new ones that I just transferred, and this is enough. So I'm just giving this water. New soil is just gonna take a little longer to soak in, so just be gentle little on them, and then it will all be soaked little by little. It's just taking a little while for it to soak in. And then as this is soaking in, I will start on the new one, so then this can be done quickly. And then I'll just come back to this one when it's soaked and then give it more water, just back and forth like that until all is done. And this has too many water. If this is not soaking quickly, then I move on to the next one. Now you can see the water is now soaking now because it's absorbing now. So now it should be really good to go. We have enough water for them, and we're just gonna leave these until maybe in 3 days and see how, if it needs more water. The same thing, these are all good now. So these are now good. And in 3 days, all these are going to start doing well, and that's it. And that's it. We just have a new, more extra pot in addition to the 2. So now we have 2 pots. Hello friends, that is week 3 of planting our potato and collard greens. As you can see in the video, it was just too many seeds in one pot. I didn't know it was going to do well, so I just put them in to see which one grows. And now all of them has grown well, so now we just split them, separate them into a different pot so they will have a space to breathe and grow very well. If you want to know how I started from the beginning, planting the potatoes and then the Ghanaian collard greens and all the way to week 3, watch the playlist and from the beginning, and you see what I put in the soil before planting, and then also what I put in the water to make your plant grow bigger, to grow bigger fruit and also looks greenish and fresh and healthy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week on the update. So take care. Bye. Hello friends, welcome. We are in week 4 of planting our store-bought potato and Ghanaian collard greens. We are going to take a look at how these lovely plants are doing since it's been a month they've been planted. And also I have a new addition that I want to add to these lovely plant families that I have, and it's going to be lovely. I'm excited about them. They are doing so well and I love them. And let's take a quick look at them and see. So friends, these are our plants. Look at how lovely they look. They are doing so well. And I am very pleased and excited every day when I see them because it's just so lovely. And now you can see this is the potato that we planted. This is a store-bought potato. And look at how lovely it looks. It's growing taller and taller. It has surpassed the 2 rings. It's now going to the 2nd ring, and you can see how tall it's getting. And you can see from the bottom, and the leaves are so greenish. It's so lovely and it's growing so tall. And I just keep them in here so they don't fall all over. So this is really keep them in place. It started making this flower here. I don't know what flower it is. Since I have never planted a potato before, so we are going to see how, if it's going to bloom or if there is anything else going to come out of it. But apart from that, you can see how good they look. They are looking really, really nice. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited every morning. I come here to look at them. So this is growing well, and then we'll take a look at our Ghanaian collard greens and see how these are doing. Alright, so these are our Ghanaian collard greens, and we can see I did the seed too many because I didn't know they were going to do well, and so they shouldn't be this close together. They shouldn't be this much in one pot, but it's already done, so I'm just gonna leave them. Last week, week 3, I separated them. There were a lot more than this, so I separated them into 3 different containers, and you can see how they started blooming already. These are coming nicely, and then you can see they have space more now, so they are going to bloom more. These are going to be fighting each other to have space, but I just don't want to make any more pots. I could have made another one for these, but I will just leave it for now. Now I know that the seeds really works. They really grow, so next year I'm just gonna do them 2 or 3 in a pot so they can have space. And then look at this one too. It's doing well because now they have more space to grow. So this is week 4. It's been a month since I planted these, the collard greens and then potatoes, and loving them. I love gardening, and this is like a little thing. I always do a lot of gardening, but this year I just did these 2 pots, but now it's expanded to 5. So now I have a new addition that I want to add to this family because I'm loving it. This is something that I like to do. Love gardening, but then I just don't get the chance to do them. And if you can see, I'll show you something right here in the corner. You can see all my tomato cages. See, these are my tomato cages because I do a lot of gardening, but for the last 2 years I didn't do much. So this year I just started. I really didn't want to do anything really, but for some reason, I just have this potato that is growing out, and I said, well, do I throw it away or should I just do a gardening? So I rushed to the supermarket, bought some container soil, which is Miracle Grow potting soil, and then I said, well, let me just do them. So I just don't want to throw them away, and also try my collard greens and see if that's gonna work, and it is working. So that is love. So with these lovely onions that is growing in my kitchen, I just don't want to throw it away, and I want to just plant it and see. I know it's a little bit late. We are in July, almost ending of July, but it doesn't hurt. I'm going to try it and see if this is really going to work. So I have already made my soil. I've already mixed it, and if you want to know what I put in my potting soil before planting anything, watch the playlist. You will see step by step how to make it, and also make your vegetables or whatever you grow to grow well, and then also look very greenish and fresh. Excuse me. So now we have our onions. Always when you are planting onions, you are going to lay it in there. Since we are only using a little container, we are going to make sure that we make a little hole in here, and then we are going to put the onions in, and then just bring this soil on top of it and push it down. Push down on it a little bit harder, so then it will hold in place. All right, and then add the soil on top. So now we have it in the middle like that, and then just push it down on it, and so it hold it in place. And now I'm going to add a little bit more soil to it, because when you add water, it's going to sink in. It's going to sink a little bit more. So I just add a little soil to this, and just going to make sure that the eyes is all out. It's not covered. Okay. So now that I have this in place, have all the soil in here, I am going to let the eye out just like that, and I'm just going to add a little water to this so it will start growing. Alright, so now that we have planted this one, we are going to give water to this, but the rest of this I'm not going to give them water because you can see there is already water on here. It has rained last night. You can see all the water, and then it's also wet. Very wet, so we are not going to give them water. See, all of them have water. They are all soaked, so no need for water to them. And I'm just gonna wait for another probably 2 days or 3 days, see how they look before I'll give them water. But for now, no water. Alright, so let's just give it the water, just a little. It's going to take a little time just because it's a fresh soil. It takes time to absorb the water, so you just take your time and little by little it should absorb it. And you don't want to give it too much because then it's going to wash the soil out, and we don't want that. So just take your time little by little, and it's working. And because we want the soil to soak, the water to be soaked in each side, the soil to be soaked well, you want to go around it, make sure each side is absorbing the water. You can go in circle, then the middle, and then come back like that until you can see that the soil has absorbed quite enough water, and then we will just leave it. As you can see, it is absorbing nicely now, and this should be enough. By now there should be water. Yeah, you can see how the water is coming out of here, so that is enough water, and that's how you know you have enough water in there. You see that? So that's good. We are just going to leave this now. Now, as you can see, these are my lovely plant family that I have on my patio, on my deck. It just amazes me. Very excited about them every morning, so I come and take a look at them. I spend some time with them here as well, and it's lovely. It's lovely. I love to do a little gardening like this just to see how nature works, how things grow. So I'm loving this. Hello friends, so we've all seen how week 4 of our plants are doing. Look amazing. And then the new family that I've added, my onion family, and this is exciting. I love gardening. We used to do gardening, not gardening, farming. We're a farming community. We do a lot of farming on a vast scale because that is the only work we have. That is the only way we provide for our family. Our family provides to us. So I know a lot of gardening. We do all sort of gardening, farming in terms of vast scale. We do yam, cassava, cocoa yam, plantain, green plantain, bananas, do garden eggs. Here they call it eggplant. We do that. We do collard greens, we do okra, we do tomatoes, we do pepper. I can go on and on. We do a lot of farming. I know a lot of plants, a lot of fruits. I do know a lot about them. I do know how to grow them in ground and also in container, because as I'm here, I don't want to do a lot in a ground, but in container I can do that. So I do that once in a while. But this year I just want to share the process with you that you can grow anything either in ground or either in a container or in a pot, and that's what I've been doing. I have more than 3 years of pepper still in my freezer because I did just a little and then it just grows so much. So I hope that this helps you some way, and I'm just having fun with this gardening because it just excites me to see how things grow. You know, how you just put one little seed in a ground or in a soil and it just grows, you know, so much. It just amazes me. If you want to see the beginning of how I started this, watch the playlist because you will see from the beginning what I put in my soil, what I put in to water my plants to make them grow bigger and also make them look greenish and look lovely, and you can see all that in the playlist. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel because this is going to be a fun channel. Thank you for subscribing. Like, share, comment. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below, and I will see you in week 5 and see how this lovely plant and our onion is doing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye. How to harvest collard greens. Week 5 of planting our store-bought potatoes, Ghanaian collard greens, and our recently added onions. We are going to see how these plants are doing, how they are. I am so excited. I'm always excited when it comes to the plants because it just amazes me how great they work. Okay, friends, so these are our lovely plants. You can see they have grown. It's amazing. They have grown so much. And this is the potato. As you can see, the potato have grown so tall and then it's making flower. I don't know what kind of flower this is, but It is growing so fast, grown so tall as well. And so that is doing well. The leaves are so green, really, and they look healthy. Now the color greens, you can see how greenish lovely they look. And then you can take a look at our color greens. It has grown. These were the ones that transferred to a different part. And then this one have grown as well. Now it's time to harvest some of these. It's ready to be eaten already. They can grow bigger than this. I mean, the leaves can get bigger like my palm, like this, but then also depends. So I think they are just too many, so they are not getting breathing space to expand, but that is okay. This is really good, ready to start harvesting, and then they will grow more. As you harvest, they grow more. And so you can see this leaf here, how this one is getting bigger. See, this one too is getting bigger, and then this one here as well, because they have some breathing space, so they are growing more. But I'm just going to pick some because I'm going to harvest more, because I'm just having taste for some color greens in my soup. So I'm going to show you how to harvest this. The second week for the onion, when we planted it, it's been a week. So it's in its second week and it's coming along a little. It's going to take a little while. So we're going to see how that works. So how to harvest a color greens? Normally we just pick it up. You pick this here. All you have to do is just like that with your thumb, and then you pick it. You just, put your hands in here all the way to, like here, this one here, all the way to the bottom here, and then just break it off. That's how we harvest it. But then you can see there is like some pins on here. If you can see, this really pins your hands. I don't know, this is the only place that when I grow it here in the States, it's when I notice this. In Ghana, you don't see anything like this on the color greens. I don't know if this is because of the weather, or if there is something else in the soil that causes it to grow this little nails, pins to pin you. So if you are harvesting this, it can really pinch your hand and it's very painful. So I don't know why. I can show you this one here, as you can see it on here. Like this one, you can see it coming, as it's growing, it's coming right off with that. And then like you can see this here on here. So I don't know why, but you have to be careful if you grew color greens and you are seeing these little noodles here. I don't know, they can really pinch you very bad. It's pinched very hard and it's very painful. So just be careful. You can see them inside like that as well, in the leaves. Also outside at the back of the leaf, so be careful. So to harvest them, that's all you do. You can use your hands like that, and then we just break them off, and that's how we harvest them. We are just going to get the bigger ones out, just the bigger ones, so like that, and then you just break it. Don't push them down like that. You break the whole stem. You don't want that. All we need is to get this one single individual color greens off. So by doing that, you just use your thumbnail, or if you have a nail or your thumb, and then just break the stem right here, there, you see, and that's it. Like I said, we are just going to harvest only the big ones. So now we can leave this. By next week, all these are going to grow more. So the more you harvest them, the more leaves it makes. So don't leave them too long. So once you see them, it gets bigger, just pick them. And then another way you can harvest this is you can use a pair of scissors as well. If you can't use your thumbnail, you can use a pair of scissors. I have this little one that I use. You just take it to the stem, all the way to the stem, and then just cut it right there. And that's it. It will still grow back. The same thing, all the way to the stem, and then just cut it. And you just be careful so you don't cut the little ones that are growing, coming out again. So like that, and then that is cut. I'm gonna get this to just simple, easy out like that. Then you harvest your color greens. I'm gonna take this as well, just to the stem. Okay, so these are all going to grow back. Where you cut it, the stems, they are all going to grow back more color greens for you. So this is really lovely. Now let's do the big one. Just this one is a lot here, so you're just gonna do it quick, just the big ones, and then just be careful with the new ones. Keep in mind with the new ones so you don't break them. So there is two ways you can harvest your collard greens. The hands work faster for me, so I'm going to use my hands to do it. But know that if you can't use your hands, you can use a pair of scissors to harvest it. Gonna get quite a few out of here. So this grows so fast. So it's only been 5 weeks, and then you have collard greens to cook with. It's just lovely how amazing the fruit grows. And then as they grow, sometimes you see the leaves turning to yellow. You don't want to leave them on to turn to yellow, because then you are not going to get the benefit, the greenish taste from it. So always make sure you are harvesting it when it's fresh and greenish. And then you will know when they are ready to be harvested. Like I show you, the leaves become bigger. This could have get bigger than this, but that's okay. This is good. So now we are going to leave this on. And by next week, this will grow more for us to pick. And then I think this is the one. See how many? Yeah, this is getting bigger too. You can see this. Gonna pick that as well. Then pick this too. Okay, so now we have our harvested Ghanaian collard greens. This is amazing. It's only been 5 weeks and your green veggie is ready for you to use. So I love doing gardening. It's amazing how you can transform something into a bigger and lovely plant. This is really amazing. So like I showed you you only cut those off. Needles that it creates, like these needles, all I do is I just cut them, just pluck them off with your pair of scissors. And then the back, if you have any on the back, it's another work. It just gives you work, but I mean, that's it. I don't want to have it in my meal, I don't know, for some reason, so I just cut them off. The collard green is ready to be cooked, so I'm loving this. That's how you harvest collard greens. Hello friends, so we just took a look at our plants, our potato, how it's doing, and then also our collard greens and our onions. And then I show you how to harvest collard greens. It's very simple. Either you use a pair of scissors or you just use your thumb to just pluck it off from the stem. And it was easy. And then you can see how lovely and greenish our collard greens looks. This is amazing. And now in 5 weeks we have collard greens to cook with. This is amazing. If you want to know how I started the gardening from the beginning, how to mix the soil, what to add to the soil to make your fruit greenish like this and also healthy, watch the playlist and you will know everything, how everything came up. And also, if you have any suggestions, if you have any ideas of how to make your plants grow, leave in the comment section below for me. And we are going to see in week 6 how far this has come. With the collard greens, always you have to be picking it. As you pick it, you get more, it grows more for you. So don't leave them on to turn yellow. If it turns yellow, that is not good. You have to plug it when it's green and you have all the vitamins that it contains in there. So just pick them when they grow bigger. Pick them, don't let them dry down and turn yellow. Pick them, cook them, eat them, enjoy them, because I love greens. So I hope this video helps you. I'm always excited about plants, and I will see you on our next video in week 6 to see how far these plants are doing. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye. Hello friends, welcome. We are in week 6 of planting our potato, our Ghanaian collard greens, and recently added onions. We are going to see how amazing these plants are doing, and we are going to give them water as well because it's been a while. Let's see how they are doing. So you can see our potatoes, our collard greens, and then our onions. They have grown really well. So you can see how grown our potato is. By this time it's grown so tall, and then the leaves are turning yellow a little bit. I don't know how long before you have to harvest them. It's been 6 weeks that I've planted this, and so what I do when I see a yellow leaves like this, I get them out, just pluck them out. Sometimes it could be maybe they did not get enough water, that makes it to do that. Or sometimes too, it could be there is just too much water for them. Yeah, and that's it. Not much of these. It will not hurt it, so I just pluck those out of there. You don't want it to spread to other leaves, but that's it. Now you can see the color greens. The leaves are getting bigger now. You need to be picking them so they can grow wider. And then you see these ones here as well. Yeah, these have grown really good as well. And we are going to pick them today. We are going to pick a lot of them today so they can grow more. And then the onion, I don't know what is going on with the onions. I'm just going to leave it. We're going to give it a little bit water. It looks there is water. The soil is wet, so it doesn't seem as if it's dried. It just wasn't doing well as I can see, but I'll just leave it for now and see what is going to happen to it. But in all, everything is growing good. We'll just start picking this right now, picking the color greens, and then we can see the tongues, like a little tongues or needle are growing in them. I don't know what causes it to do that. In Ghana, it doesn't do that at all, so I don't know if it is the climate, if it is the soil. As long as it's food, all you have to do is just pluck them, use a pair of scissors and cut them off, and that's what I do, and that's it. So I started picking this last week because that was week 5. I started picking them. They are growing more. You can see all the little ones that are coming out, so we want to pick the bigger ones so they can grow more. To pick your color greens, you can either use your hands and pick it just like this, just at the end there, and pick it like that. Be careful because, as I said, you see these little tongues. I don't know why, so all I do is I just cut them, use my pair of scissors and cut them. They are inside and then outside. I don't know. So once you cut it, it should be good for you. There is nothing wrong with the leaves to eat them. Or you can use your pair of scissors and then just cut it at all the way at the base here, and that's it. That is easier for you. But I'm gonna pick a lot of this today. Or sometimes I just use my hands and then pick it at the base, just like that, and then it's so quick. Because in Ghana, that's how we don't use a pair of scissors or anything. And then just make sure you don't pick the little ones, because these are the ones that are going to be growing more. See, like that. And then just quick. And then you can see these are, I picked this within the week as well, so you could be picking this twice a week depending on how fast, how big they are growing. Then we're gonna pick this as well, the big ones. So this is pinching me, so I'm gonna use the pair of scissors because of the little tongues that we have in there. And then that, okay, and that's that one. This little ones too, it has the tongue, so just use, and all the way at the base. And that, gonna pick that as well, and then that's it. And then once that is done, we are picking this little big ones here as well. Just get the big ones out. So within the week, the little ones should also get bigger. That's how they grow fast. So you have your greens that you can be incorporating in your meals. I use this as my stew. I made a spinach stew. So I mixed the color greens with spinach and it was so delicious. You can put this in soup, in stew. Anyhow you want to do it, you can do it as a side dish. Just season it, cook it, season it, and it's good to go as a side dish. So now we have a fresh collard greens that we are going to make some soup or stew with. Like I said, those little tongues, you can just use your pair of scissors and just plug it off. It's easy for me. All I do is just like that. Just a few seconds and that is done. That's it. And that's it. The reason why I put these cement blocks on this here is it has rain and it was windy a little bit, so this whole thing fell down. So I picked them up just because the wind was so high, it was so strong, it knocks it out. So I put the cement block here to put a pressure on it, so when it's raining or when it's windy, it will not blow it out. So I'm just gonna take this out of here, and then as you can see, this is dry, so we are just going to give it water all the time. Try to give them water every 3 days because it has rained recently, and you can see these ones are still wet. can see how these are still wet. So I'm just gonna give it this a little water. I'll give them a little bit water because I always add something into my water to make the plant grow fast and also grow very greenish like this. You see them? So I'm gonna add just a little bit to this. So I've already mixed my water. If you want to know what I put in my water to make my plant grow fast and grow bigger and greenish, I think you can watch week 2 video that shows you how what I put in my water to give to my plants. So just give them water. You can see, just take your time. And I use this bucket to measure how much water with how much of whatever I put in the water, how many gallons of water I need to mix whatever it is that I'm adding to the water. So this bucket has a measurement. It tells you this is a 3-gallon bucket, so you can measure this is 2 gallons, 3 gallons. It helps you a lot to know, so you are not just mixing things, just eyeballing. You measure it accordingly. Alright, so that is enough water. I can see that it's coming from the bottom, so we have enough for that one. These, since it doesn't need really a lot of water, so just a little. And then the same thing for a little water. I'm gonna give a little bit to the onions. We're gonna see if this is gonna do anything. For now, it doesn't seem to be doing much. I'll give this as well. I'm going to put my cement block just side by side just to give it weight. In case it's windy, we have a storm, something like that, this will hold it down so the plant will not fall over. Alright, so that's everything for week 6. You have green that you'll be eating. Everything is going well. They are doing well. It just amazes me about plants, how they transform quickly into edible, into food and healthy food. That's it for our plants. I'm going to do a research on saw something. Look at this. This is like, I don't know what kind of fruit or plant this is, but look at this. And this came from the flowers. From these flowers, you can see, I don't know what this is, so I'm going to do a research on it to see what kind of fruit does a potato produce through their flowers. It's amazing. I don't know what it is. Well, this is good. Good to know. Yeah, these flowers, they made a little flower. So that is the potatoes. Let me see this side too. There's nothing else. This is the only one that I can see. Maybe the other flower will make more. I don't know. But as far as this goes, it's been week 6 for the plant. So 1 month, 2 weeks. It's amazing. Already you have green color greens that you can use to cook with, and it's lovely. It's amazing. So hello friends, it's been week 6 of our planted plants, potatoes and color greens, onions, and we can see how lovely these are. The color greens, it's already ready to be eaten. I started harvesting it last week because it's grown, and you always have to be picking it. Once you pick it, the little ones will have more chance to grow. So you will be eating this when it's all done. So you can save this in the freezer. What I do is I blanch them, put this in a hot water, boil hot water, and then put it in a sieve and pour the hot water on it and let the water drain out and let it cool down. Put it in a plastic bag and put it in your freezer. So whenever you want to make a soup stew, you just take it out, put it in. You can cut it in half as well, or cut them however you want it. So this is lovely. You can make your collard greens into stew, into soup. Mostly I mix this with a spinach and it goes very well. So this is lovely green plant you can start incorporating into your meals. It's very healthy, and you made this yourself, so you know you didn't add any chemicals that will make it very unhealthy. So this is really good, and I'm amazing. I'm enjoying it. I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you have any idea of why collard greens will have some tongues on them or some needles, Let me know in the comment section below. Also, what do you use to make your plants grow bigger? If you have any idea on something that works for you, please leave in the comment section below. For us as well, I only have summer to do gardening. It's not all year round, so I'll share all the tips and little tricks that I use to make my container plant to grow well. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on. Take care. Bye. Welcome. We are in week 7 of planting our little container garden. We are going to see so far how the potato that we planted, the Ghanaian collard greens that we planted, how are they doing? So let's take a look right now. So it's been 2 months. So let's see. And then from the top going down, that is our potatoes. And then we have our Ghanaian collard greens. That's how they are doing now. I've picked them a lot. I've made some stew with them already. Tastes so delicious. So as you can see with the potatoes, it is turning red, the leaves, and it's been 2 months. At least they said 70 days to 90 days before you harvest it. I'm just gonna leave it. It still have this little plant here, little buds here. I don't know what it is, but I have to do a research to see what kind of fruits or something what do they produce, the leaves. See, you can see our collard greens, all of these 2 months now, and I've picked them. Some of them get bigger, some get smaller like this one. I'm just been picking them and making soup and stew with them. These are all good. It's turning red. It doesn't like too much water. And then the last week we have a lot of rain. That's why it's turning this yellow. But there's nothing wrong with these. If you want to eat them, you can. You just have to mix them with your soup, and there's not much in them. So that's what it is. That's how they are doing. And then we can see this one as well. See how this is greener than this ones. I don't know the reason why they have different colors, but one thing that I noticed is if they have too much water, it's gonna start discoloring like this. And sometimes too, if there is no water at all. But these, they have a lot of water because it's been raining throughout last week, so I don't have to give them water, and it's still moist. The soil is still moist. You can see how moist it is. I'm just gonna pick these. The onions that we were doing didn't do anything. I don't know what happened to it. It didn't do anything, so we are just gonna leave that out. Next year I know what I can do to make onions. So this was planted very late. So this is how they are doing. Just going to harvest some of them. Like I said, we have this little needles building in them. I don't know why they are building in Ghana. You don't see anything like that in them, so I don't know if it is the climate what is causing us to do that, but that's all I do. I just cut them off, and then I'm ready to use my collard greens. So you just pick them, quickly cut those out. Be careful, they pinch also. I was just pinched. Apart from that, there is nothing wrong with them. I think I have to do a research to find out why they are growing. Is it because it's planted in a container, or it's just the climate, or it's because of the different seed? Alright, so we got this out quickly. Then just get this out as well. And then also there is something eating the leaves. You can see these holes here, and then you can see compared to these, there is something eating them, and I don't know what. I did not see any bugs here, so I don't know what is eating the leaves. I don't know if it is during the night. Harvest this as well. Just cut this out quickly. Pick these also. Interestingly enough, these don't have any tongues or any needles in them. They don't. Then I'm gonna start harvesting these as well. So if you can see, these are the only ones that have the tongues, and these ones, they don't have any on them. But I'm guessing as they grow, then the tongues started building up. So this is some bug that I just found. So I don't know if that is what is eating the leaves, and I don't know what kind of bugs is that. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if that's what is eating the leaves. I don't know what it is, but probably I just found what is eating the leaves now, because that is the only bugs that I found so far. So now these can breathe and there's new ones coming out. This is amazing. This is one of the amazing thing about color greens, because as you pick them, you have more growing. So you need to be picking them. Now we have to do this. All these. Alright, so I clean all this up now. We should have more leaves, fresh ones coming up. So this is good. Then this is all good as well. So we're gonna get more new leaves, color green leaves to eat. We are just going to let these next week. We will see how they are doing. I'm going to check on these to see how long before we harvest the potatoes. And then apart from that, that's everything. And it's been fun. This little container garden has been a fun. I always enjoy plants. Now we have our color greens, which is ready to be cooked. All you have to do is just wash this up, cut them in half, and then season it and steam it. And then when you are going to make stew or soup, and you just put them in. Depending on how you want to use it, they can be used in so many ways. They can be stir-fried. Once you wash them, cut them into pieces, they can be put in stew, they can be put in soups. It's anyhow. They can be used in multiple ways, and this is very healthy. I love color greens because it's just so amazing and have a lot of vitamins in here that is good for the body. Alright, so friends, we have just taken a look at our potatoes and our Ghanaian color greens, and we can see they are both doing good. And we just pick them. This time we just let them grow till the season has ended. They do flowers. The flower produce seeds. I haven't seen any flowers yet, so I don't know if it's gonna later on, or maybe it's just too late for it to make any flowers before produce that seed for us. But if there is no seed this year, that's okay. I still have more seeds that I can grow next year. So it has been a joy, always a joyful for me looking at my container plants, to look at nature, how interesting it changes things into something different. And so you saw we just harvest some of our color greens to make some stew with it. I've been cooking them for almost a month now since it started producing leaves, because you have to pick them as much as you can. So the little ones, the new ones, can also grow, get bigger. I hope this video helps you. This is week 7 and week 8, because last week I wasn't able to make the video. It's been raining all week, so we're just making all together week 7 and week 8, and nothing much has changed. So I was just harvesting my color greens and making stew with them. So I hope this video helps you. It's been fun for me all the time, so I hope you enjoyed this as well, and I'll see you next week to see how they are doing. I'm going to try and see how long before we can harvest our potato, and then also and see from there. So thank you for watching, and always subscribe to this channel so we can all have fun with our container gardening in backyard or on our porch. I love the process. It's just relaxing, and I like to share. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye. Hi, welcome. In today's video we are going to harvest our container grown potato. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe to the channel, and let's dive right in. So this is our grown potato. You see the leaves is all dried out, so now is the time to harvest it. And you can see we also have our color greens, see, that I brought from Ghana, but the weather has changed now, so it isn't growing as it's supposed to. It's not green anymore, and it didn't make any seed either, because I haven't grown them very early. It was very late, July, almost June ending to July, so it didn't produce any seeds. But that is okay. I've used a lot of this for soup and stew, so that it's amazing. And today we are just going to harvest our potato. And what I'm going to do is I am going to remove this off here. And then now we have this. What I'm going to do is I am going to put some kind of plastic bags. And you can see that we have our potato showing right here. Look at that. So that is amazing. So it has grown. See that there? That is our grown potato. Has really grown well. And then look at that. That's how you can pull it out. So it wasn't that big, but at least something has grown. So that is our little tiny potato. So I am going to turn this, I'm going to turn this sideways, and then we'll get everything out. So our first container grown potato. Looks amazing. So I'm going to turn this on this here. On here, and then I am going to pull this out. Look at that. Now we can see. Now we can see our potatoes. Look at that. It wasn't too much. I mean, it's not too bad. Quite a lot of potatoes in there. That's amazing. So now we are just going to pull these out. Oh my, look at that. That is big potato. That's amazing. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. These are not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. And then those little ones. And I think that's all we have. And then this was the grown one, which we have grown. So it produces about this little one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 potatoes. 3 of them is a little bit sizable, and then the rest were small. So that is amazing. So that's it. That's all we got from there. Oh, that is amazing. And now we'll just take these out of here. This is amazing. We put in 1 potato, and then we got about, so we have 4 and 4. We have 8 potatoes out of 1 potato. This is not bad at all. This is amazing. Amazing, amazing. So all I have to do is I'm going to dump this. And then we are going to save this for next year. Hello friends, so you can see we have just harvested our container grown potato. We've grown 1 potato and then we've got 8 out. That is amazing. This looks great. This can make a 1 meal mashed potato or fried potato or potato powder we can make out of this. So this is amazing. Amazing, amazing. Hello friends, well, we have just harvested a container grown potato and we have it. 1 potato has produced 8 potatoes, which is 1 full meal. So this is amazing. And I will say the weather has changed here, so my summer gardening is over, and I will put out all the videos that I made out there for you to see how I started growing these potatoes from the beginning to the end. And also we will start a new grown next year. I have really not grown this early. I did it in almost the end of July, so that was very late. I didn't even know it was going to do well, but it has really produced something. And so I'm so happy to have shared this journey, this container gardening with you, this summer gardening with you. Where I live, it snows, so I can only do gardening in the summer. Now we are in fall, so the weather has changed. It's getting colder now, so I will see you next year when I started growing other things and we can all enjoy it. I am very grateful to have you on this little summer gardening tour with me, and it has been a pleasure. I enjoy gardening. It amazes me how you grow one seed and it produces a lot. So thank you for watching. We love to have you on our channel, and it's a lot of fun because we will incorporate it with other things like thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel because it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to have on this channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for your questions. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below for us and we will answer you back. If you have any ideas in gardening, please leave it in the comment section below for us. So we want to hear more advice, more ways of how you guys do your container gardening. And thank you very much for watching our channel, and we will see you on our next video. Take care. Bye. We worship you. Thank you for watching the masterclass. I hope it helps you somehow. If you are a beginner, just starting to learn how to grow your own veggies and herbs in a container, this is what I do, and this is how you can start. I hope you were able to start growing something this year. And if you do have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below for me. Subscribe to Gardeningvava. Visit gardeningvava.com to find more information that you need to start growing your own vegetables and herbs in a container. I also do in-ground vegetables gardening, and I hope this will be something that will help you to jumpstart your gardening journey. I do have a checklist. It's a beginner's checklist to container and vegetable gardening essentials, container basics that you need to start growing your own vegetables and herbs. You can download the link, you can scan the QR code and start your journey right now. It's very simple, it's so amazing, and it's so fulfilling to know that you grow your own vegetables and you are able to cook it as well. And that's what Gardeningvava channel and website is all about. Thank you for watching the masterclass. If you do have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below for me. And thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.